Pace car to pit road, J.J. Yaley brings them to the green flag.
And they're all single file. Wally, how long will it take them to get 3 wide? Backstretch?
Yeah, I'm going to say the backstretch. Never know. It takes so long for these cars to get up to speed. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer on a restart, but we'll see what happens. Somebody gets a really good start back.
Gives up a position near the front and has to restart at the rear of the field. Pace car to pit road, J.J. Yaley brings them to the green flag.
And they're all single file. Wally, how long will it take them to get 3 wide? Backstretch?
Yeah, I'm going to say the backstretch. Never know. It takes so long for these cars to get up to speed. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer on a restart, but we'll see what happens. Somebody gets a really good start back there around 8th, 9th position. They'll normally jump out, but it looks like it's a pretty even restart, except for the guy maybe in 4th place.
They come up to speed, and we check with Dave.
And Bill, Kenny Schrader has pulled the 66 car into the garage area. Right now they're using a hydraulic spreader on the left front of that car, being very careful not to pinch off an oil line to the motor while they're doing so. They're also going to put a skirt around the front of the car, a new skirt, and also work on some other cosmetic things. No suspension parts have come off the car yet, and that's a good sign.
Thanks, Dave.
It's Elliott Sadler there, the 90 car that jumped up, couldn't stand it. He's got a little bit of help there from Casey Kane.
Also Greg Biffle in the 16. 3 cars on the outside. Can they make any headway? No.
Yeah, I think they're going to need a little bit more help there, BP. We'll see, but 2 or 3 other cars jump up on that outside line. I think they can get to J.J. Yaley.
Menard thought about it, but then decided to take the low line.
And I'm told the 11 car of Menard has been very, very fast. There comes another fast car, the 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Biffle goes 3 wide on the outside.
And which way is Earnhardt going to go?
I think he's going to go in the middle.
AB?
I talked to Dale Earnhardt Jr. about how he was going to get to the front in this race from 20th starting spot. He said working with the Nextel Cup drivers, the guys with Daytona experience are the guys that I want to run around. Having a pretty fast race car doesn't hurt either, huh, Benny and Wally?
No. He got in the back of Casey Kane entering the trial.
That was a whoa. Looks like Casey Kane got a little bit loose there. I don't know if there's such thing as a little bit here at Daytona either. Car gets loose here, gets sideways, and it opens your eyes.
Now the 33, Tony Stewart behind Junior. Matt.
Now, Bill, at the beginning of the show, we had that great shot of all the spotters on the roof, and one of those spotters was Mark Robertson, Tony's Nextel Cup spotter. Now, Mark told me when they run the Busch series, he doesn't really work a lot with the other spotters because, A, he's not really sure who half of them work for, and B, when it comes to restrictor plate racing, by the time you try to make a deal with somebody, time has already passed. So basically, Tony's just going to hook up with his buddy Dale Earnhardt Jr. and some of the other DEI/RCR cars. AB?
Greg Biffle doesn't have a lot of laps in race trim in this 16 car in this race. They had a little incident in the Elliott Sadler, A.J. Foyt the fourth crash, David Green crash on Wednesday in practice, nicked up the right side of that car. Their backup car isn't fast enough that they want to race, so Biffle had to be very cautious in drafting practice to not ding this car up.
Sorry, Alan. Just got Clint Boyer in the 2 car looking on the outside for the lead. Will he get some help? Maybe Elliott Sadler could get there to help him.
Oh, the 5 car wanted to come out and get in front of Elliott Sadler. Could not do it. That's Sadler on the outside in the 90.
Yaley in the 18 with John Andretti right behind him in the 10.
I'll tell you what, those cars on the bottom are running awfully close to each other right now.
I tell you, that is John Andretti has been so impressive because when they threw the green to them, that was his first laps drafting in this 10 car because he did not have a starting spot. He had to concentrate on qualifying. Dave Burns.
And car owner Greg Pollux told me yesterday during Busch pole qualifying, they actually did not test very well in the 10 car. Went home and cut it up. He said it's been a long time since I spent the money to cut up a race car, but they worked very hard on that 10. It was great in qualifying and runs up front now. Alan.
The 00 car, a new look for Johnny Sauter in 2006. This is the Gene Haas car. This is a Hendrick chassis and a Hendrick engine. Johnny and crew chief Harold Holley very excited before the race about their prospects for winning at Daytona. Johnny said this could be a lot of fun today. Marty?
Alan, 2 behind him, Paul Menard in that 11 car. He missed the Daytona 500, and he told me this morning this car is excellent. I can put it anywhere on the racetrack, and it'll work for me. Low, high, in the middle, doesn't matter. The 11 car, very fast. Thanks, Marty. And as we watch the front of the field, this is off the rear of Kyle Busch's car. We can tell you Carl Edwards has worked his way up to 23rd from the rear of the field.
Outside line starting to creep up there. Jeff Burton in the 21 car.
Clint Boyer's going to try it again.
He's got a little bit more help this time around.
A pretty good string of cars on the outside with him. Casey Kane's up there on the outside. Now that's not a shock to us folks that watch NASCAR racing pretty regular, because he loves the outside groove. The 9 car.
I'd say Yaley's got some good stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
Marty, you're watching Jeff Burton? Yeah, and his car is a little bit tight, Bill. He said it's starting to float the nose really badly in the middle of the corners. He told the crew, you cannot loosen me up enough on this next stop. I think the weather threw everybody for a little bit of a loop today. It's about probably 5 to 10 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, and the cars were set up, and that's a battle for the lead, 3 wide. Dave?
And Marty, that car is Elliott Sadler in the 90 as he takes the lead on the outside of Clint Boyer. Can he hold it? It's going to be tough. They're coming together, guys. Remember, that's a backup car for Sadler in the 90. Alan mentioned the incident the other day that started things off. They had to go to the backup, and they're very pleased that this second car for Elliott over the weekend is running as well as it is.
What was that recipe again?
Thank goodness J.J. Yaley backed off the throttle down in turn 1.
That would have taken about 20 of them.
And we're not done yet here.
Where did Jeff Burton in the middle come from to take the lead?
Jeff Burton, who's on the pole for the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Rides in that 21 car.
This is a handful right here. Let me tell you what, as hot as this racetrack is today and as slippery as it is, to run 3 wide, 2 or 3 rows deep. And here's that bump draft that we were talking about. Doing it right down the straightaway, then he lets off in the corner. And see how it shot the car forward? That's what you're looking to do when you bump draft. This racetrack is going to be real greasy here before this race is over.
So the hotter it is, the slicker it is? Is that basically how it works out?
Yes.
And that makes it a handful for these guys. Jeff Burton trying to get the lead from Clint Boyer. We'll take a break. If anything breaks out, we'll break in. You're watching NASCAR live on TNT.